You never know what you can do, whether you've had a transplant or whether you haven't, until you actually challenge yourself. And I think that's the biggest part. People need to know that to get the most out of their life, they need to challenge themselves, whether it's a sporting activity or something they have a fear for. If they can overcome the fear, they've accomplished a lot in life. I mean, if I didn't have a kidney transplant, I don't think I would have seen half the world I have already. And I honestly don't know where I'd be in my life. After working here for 5 years at the university, I was diagnosed with kidney failure. It came to me with much disbelief at first, but then after multiple tests, they found out that both kidneys were only functioning at 10%. And my family stepped forward, and my brother was the best donor of the bunch. And it was almost a near perfect match. So that's given me the ability to recover quickly. You've been given a rebirth at life, and you want to go out and explore. A lot of people change jobs all of a sudden. They buy cars. They just want to do something that they hadn't done because now they have a chance to make a difference, whether in their own life or in other people's lives, those who have given them help. And I noticed that there was a thing called the Canadian Transplant Games. So the first World Games I went to was in 2001 in Kobe, Japan. And that's where I met 1,500 transplant recipients, all like a big family. One of the people I met was Sylvain Bedard, a heart recipient out of Montreal. And he says, "You want to go down to South America and climb the highest mountain in Bolivia?" I said, "Sure." So we ended up climbing, he made it to 6,100 meters, the highest ever recorded for a heart transplant.
Good, Dave. Good job.
And I summited at 6,500 meters, and I guess that's the record for a transplant recipient now. I found I wasn't that affected to altitude, and had one of the most amazing experiences of my life to be on the top of that mountain, and that led on to more expeditions to follow. If you meet someone in a transplant clinic that's on the waiting list, and you run into them a year or two later, they come up and say, those words you said made a big difference to me. My life changed at that point. I felt that I'm going to do well after this transplant, that I could do anything I wanted to, and their outlooks were amazing. And that feedback gives me a lot of good feelings inside. It feeds the energy in me, and I can give it back to them again. Those little things keep you going.